What's up, people? It's your boy KC with another video. Today, I'm here with my friend, my homie, my sister from another mother, Jadi. How you doing, Jadi?
Hi, I'm great, and you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Welcome back to Comics Anime Film Entertainment. So, as you can see in the background, we're gonna be talking about the Wheel of Time. It started like a week ago, right? This will be the second
Ah,
week. Yeah, because it was
sort
three
of.
episodes at first.
Mm.
First three episodes. We tried to do it, but I was so full of it I couldn't do it. So we said let's do a recap for this next week. So we'll be talking about the Wheel of Time season 2, episodes 1 to 4. We'll be talking slightly what we remember. So don't take us for granted. Just follow along. If you see something that we miss, feel free to comment down below. So let's start with the first episode. So what do you think about the first episode so far? This
Um, it's like we were talking about Moraine. Sorry, Moraine is
oh
is a headache. She's getting my nerves.
yeah,
She thinks she's. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say a bad word. She's a bitch.
yeah,
I'm just gonna say it. She's being
being
mean.
a biatch. She's man, she's I don't know if it's because she's out of the power of the power
The
of
power.
one,
Yeah,
uh and she's
the one
behaving
power.
like that against him, against Lang. And we're like, what? Why she's being to him like that? Why?
Yeah. At the
I got
beginning,
no.
I felt like I missed something in the transition from season 1 to 2. Like
Yeah,
something happened. Like what is she behaving like this? Why is she training Land so bad? What is the necessity of doing this? I know that she want to be like the strongest and try to finish her plans of like destroying the dark one, but what is the point?
it makes me wonder the position that she has. Maybe she's afraid of losing that power. The control of having the knowledge and power of over things. Maybe OC. Maybe she just want to control everything. I'm sorry, but it's true.
I think she's overwhelmed. Well, besides everything, because she's the only one dealing with this. The
Yeah.
other Asedai, they are dealing with other problems,
But the other
and she,
factor is that she knows the truth. That she's the one that helped escape.
yeah,
The other one, and she knows that Rand is alive, and Rand is
yes,
the
the
let's say
dragon
the dragon
reincarnated.
reborn. And like what? Really? You just trying to not feel guilty for all the wrongs you've been doing. That's what she doesn't want to this guy to know about her mistake. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
So that's basically the first episode, basically. And if we go to the White Tower,
yeah.
we got the problem with Nynaeve and Egwene.
Hmm.
Nynaeve doesn't want to cooperate. She just feel like,
She's like
oh,
secluded to herself. She's like closed, and she doesn't want to use the power. Like she's afraid about like the
hurting
power.
someone. Yeah,
Yeah,
I got you. And then we got Matt, which they changed I don't
the
know what happened with
the actor.
the actor. Maybe he got um
I don't know
CPH.
the reasons.
I don't know the reason, so I didn't check.
But the
Sorry.
actor so far is not bad. He's not doing
Not
a
bad.
bad
It's not
job.
bad. It's not bad at all. Not bad. So he's being incarcerated because he was using the dagger, and they want to know if he still got a link or something with the dagger, or if he still got that
Hmm.
bond with the dagger. So nah. Uh, we got the red Aja. Uh, what's her name?
The Red Acidine?
Leandrin. Leandrin, is it
I
the red?
think so.
Yeah, Leandrin. She's the one always, after him. Like
Oh,
yeah,
yes. And I think this season, Leandrin has a position of like putting everyone in the position they don't want to be, and then something goes bad and wrong.
She
Like
just wants to
force-
become Moraine, and she can't because she's so
true.
uh let's say uh, she's so demanding.
She wants power.
Yeah, she wants power, but she cannot achieve how to be a teacher. She's not a teacher. She don't know how
Hmm.
to act. She just want to remember the red Aja. They don't have men. They
Yeah, they
don't
don't have a warden,
warder.
Go-
Yeah, warder. They don't have.
um, because they can defend themselves. But she was suspended from teaching because her alumni or her apprentice died. Anyway, so
Yeah, we go further than that one in the second episode. But after that, we see that Moraine is secluded. She's still wondering, and people are coming to visit her. To she needs to know more knowledge of the maybe the one, how she can
yes,
channel again because she lost the connection, and her underwater in that state. And again, Egwene with this situation. Then we go to Perrin, which he's with a group now. Is it Perrin? Perrin, yeah.
parent,
Wolf.
yes.
The wolf.
Mhm.
I mean the werewolf. I don't know. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry.
But like in the last episode, they say the name. It was like Man of Wolf or Wolfman or I don't remember now. Oh my
Yes.
god.
No, don't worry. But Perrin, he's now with a group that he's trying to find himself and feel free of the guilt of killing or 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 the fact that he's changing so much. So what do you think
Mm.
about Perrin so far?
I don't see it like that. I see it more as like
Well,
he's using those soldiers as a way of like trying. Yes, he's trying to do good because of all the things that he done and the past of
mhm.
his wife and everything. But he's also more of, how do I say this? Like to escape of his wolf, escaping of that life, escaping
Well,
of
he
like the
is. Well, he is.
monster he is actually.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, and I don't know if there's something else from that. I don't think there's something else from that except Rand, which is was the basically the main focus. I mean, my point of view was Rand because
Hmm.
he's now with a girl. He's living the life. Basically, he's like, okay, I'm here. I'm with this girl, and then he started thinking about how he obtained the powers and all these flashbacks.
Yeah, he's having the nightmares again, basically.
He's having the nightmares and how he can become or what he is becoming. What do you think about Rand so far?
So in that first episode, Rand, they don't show a lot of Rand. Besides, he's in another area. He's like with that girl and having the nightmares. They don't show a lot of like his transition, what he's trying to do. But
Mhm.
we can see actually that he's still afraid of the power. That's the only thing they show us.
The flashback that I didn't quite understand was I don't know if it was the first episode or the second. If I'm wrong, you just tell me. I think I'm going now to the second
Hmm.
episode,
Yeah, there's
which is
not nothing else of this first one though.
the second episode, which this little girl is a flashback. This girl going through is she's in the woods or something, and this orcs. I'm gonna say orcs, people with horns and
Uh
stuff,
huh.
try to chase her, and she goes in to this building, and there's a circle of people in the table, and she goes under the table, and the one or the
The Forsaken.
forsaken one start talking to her like, hey, they're not bad people, you see, they're not bad, they're just creatures that need understanding. Like, man,
Yes,
you can see they're really bad. They got even blood in their mouth, and she start caressing them and stuff. Like, what the
I
heck?
think that was part of the first one because in when
It
we
was
were
part of the
talking,
first one. Yeah, yeah.
yes. But yeah, the only bad, not bad, but gratuitous part of this is like, oh, they're just hungry, like every other person, basically. they just have to understand them. And I'm like, why is he teaching a little girl about this? Like, why is he wanted this little girl to do something? But now in the second episode, they show how she got there, basically. That she was part of the caravan.
Yeah, and at least on the second one, Land tries to man with Moraine, and she doesn't. I mean, she she still neglects him in a way that, hey, I don't have to tell you nothing. The
Yeah,
bond is cut. You don't
it's
need to be with
broken.
me. You can go. So you don't owe me nothing. Like I got an oath that to fulfill to
Yes.
you. And
You're exactly right. And like Lorraine is being, uh,
yeah,
yeah. Um, but he tries so hard to get her, like to tell him what is happening, but she's not willing. And then we know that if I don't know if it's in the second episode or the third that she left basically at night after he decided, hey, I'm gonna control, I'm gonna keep silent, I'm gonna try to like do everything I can by myself, like to think everything, to I don't know how, like to leave her in peace so she can relax more. I don't know. And we see she's being attacked by the persons you say that is the Voldemorts. You
yeah.
remember
The
the Dark
Voldemort.
Shadows? um, and that's one of the parts that really intrigued me. How she said, "Hey, you fail me. Like I don't need you anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
Like you fail your duties as a warden,
yeah.
and like our link is broken."
So, what do you think about Parent now that he's using his powers for basically looking for people to help out and try to find himself here in this
Yeah,
episode?
I feel that is great because he's like one of, like all of them, basically, all the
He found
principal
another
character.
one just like him. Like,
Yes,
yeah, I know who you are. You can actually use these powers for good, but yeah, it
but
was.
he needs to learn anyway.
He needs to learn. Yeah, they're not your pact. He said it. They're not your pact.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was. I like this. And the
And it's
the
sorry.
biggest. Oh, okay, my bad.
I was gonna say it's kind of different, like how he see every vision, and he thinks it's a vision, but actually, it's the way he communicates anyway. It's kind
Yeah.
of interesting.
And what about Rand? Now that he is on a
Ran,
hospital, he's
ran.
basically a therapist or nurse. I don't know what it
It's
is.
like a
So
caregiver, yeah.
caregiver. Yeah,
Uh,
let's put it like that. So what do you think about?
So at first I thought like, hey, is he just helping because of it, like his conscience? Is he feeling guilty? But
Mhm.
then we know that he is there because he wants to talk to somebody.
Yep. And we know who. Yeah,
Like I didn't expect that though.
the fake, the fake, the fake
The
dragon.
fact that the first dark one, no, it's not the dark one.
Yeah, the fake dragon. Isn't the
Oh
fake
yeah, he
dragon?
was a fake dragon. Sorry,
The fake
yeah,
dragon reborn. The fake. That's why
yeah,
I say the fake. So I like this incident right here because Leandrin snatch, or like, hey, what's this for?
hmm,
Wants to know, and like she basically Nynaeve, she's from Two Rivers. She knows that's not good for the kid. So like, no, that's not good. So she's learning their ways, but she's really good with herbs and medicine. So she knows that that doesn't work that way. That
yeah.
basically the magic is like is helping the girl
Mhm.
ease her pain. Okay, go ahead. What you gonna say? I'm
No, I
sorry.
was gonna say that you have to remember that Nynaeve, she's supposed to be, I don't know the term, I forgot, like the person who is the healer of the like her
Yeah,
city.
she's the
So
healer.
she
Yeah,
has all the knowledge of that. And I like that scene because
and she's
it's like you
also
said,
the biggest channeler or something like that. The most powerful
the
channeler.
I think it's she's the one that has the most the power, like
Yeah,
more power than anybody else. But that scene show her actually that combine medicine and magic you can actually do something.
Let's hope so. So then we look at Matt. He finds a way to make a hole in
Hmm.
where he's at. So he has a roommate basically.
Yes, and we know
But
who she is.
oh man, what do you think about that? The roommate. What do you
I
think about?
didn't expect that.
I didn't expect that either. I didn't
Um,
expect that.
at first I was like, okay, it's a coincidence. I don't know why they grabbed her. Like she was what making the adivinations, or I don't know how to say it. Like she has the vision and she's saying, hey, you're so and so, or the future is so and so.
Yeah, she
So
can see whatever's in your mind and she projects it
I think
somehow.
she can see the future, the near future, probably.
Probably. Yeah. It has some paths, but yeah, probably.
Hmm.
But it was weird to see that because the outcome of it. We'll
Hmm.
talk about that a little bit later. So, what do you think about Gwen? She's smart.
And when is
She's the one who
jealous.
studies hard. Yeah,
So I think this is the start of like the problem with Nynaeve and Ewan, because
she's
Nynaeve
jealous.
heard that she's jealous and like she's actually complaining about her, and then she decided to go to the arches. So that's like more the third episode, but through these events in the White Tower, Ewan is like trying so hard and she cannot do anything, and she's pissed basically.
And what about Ryan? He's not sleeping alone anymore. He's with
Mm.
somebody. Like, hey,
Ooh. I, I know that you haven't finished the entire episode 4, but I'm gonna wait.
okay,
I'm gonna
okay,
wait.
okay. Don't worry, don't worry. So then in episode, I think is 3. Yeah, we're going to 3 now. Remember, because let's wait. Hold on. This part is very important because Leandrin, like I told you before, she tells Nynaeve to go and do the
The
art
arches. Hmm.
archers, which is a passage, right? Just-
Yeah,
just-
sort of.
what do you think about that? Because what I thought is like, hey, she gotta pass this test
Hmm.
and always repeat. That arch comes back one time,
Hmm.
right? It's the only way back. It only appears
Yes.
one time. And if you
Yes.
pass your sins or whatever you did in the past, you kill someone or you did something very nasty, you're gonna be cleansed.
Hmm.
So you can become a sister.
Yes.
Basically a cult. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm sorry,
No,
people. I'm sorry.
for me, I was like, okay, so she has to go to the arches. I'm
It's a
not
rite of
expecting
passage.
anything.
Rite of
Huh?
passage. So it's a rite
Yeah.
of passage.
I didn't expect
Don't.
anything, and then when the scene happened, I'm like, okay, so this is like a test. If she fails, she's die, and I'm like, oh my god, what is going on here? But yes, everything that happened, it doesn't
Because
matter. That stay
the
behind.
first one, let's talk about the 3 that we saw. The first one, when she was little, she left her father
Yeah,
and her mother to be killed. Then the second one, I think, is when she was older
yeah.
and
She was. Someone was sick, and she couldn't help because
right,
she didn't have the power.
she could as Rand's father. She went to 2 rivers, and she saw friends and I mean,
I think that was the
friends.
present.
That was the present.
Yes, because I think Archie is like past, present, and future. I think. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
so it's like Ghost of Christmas Past. You go past,
I think
present, future.
so because when she
Oh,
came out of
you're
the
right.
second one, she wanted to go.
She wanted to go to 2 rivers. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's
Mhm.
past, present, and future. And the
Yeah.
future is that she might have a daughter with
Well,
Lang.
but they
Oh,
confuse us because
I
she
thought
went
that
in
she
and she
stayed.
didn't remind
No,
anything. It says she came out with blood, but then she left the tower and she found land, and then they started life together. And then you see the arch going, and I'm like, oh my
the
gosh,
little
she
girl's
saves
point is,
life.
"Hey, mom, what's that?" And it's
Yeah, after
art.
everything, after they have a daughter and
That's the
everything.
second time it opened.
Yes, I think that's like a sign that the power that she has.
Yep, that she's the only one who came through because everybody thought that she's dead.
Hmm.
Nobody that came out of the arches or the test of the arch test, even Leandrin says like, "Ah, she was the most powerful. She let me down. I cannot believe that." And she even burned the
The
ring.
rain.
And Egwene was crying, and all of a sudden, is that the third one? I think it's in the third one. Yeah, I'm sorry, people. I went ahead. Yeah,
So she came back in the fourth actually, but
she
yeah,
came back on the fourth.
I think so.
I thought it was in the third one because I haven't watched the fourth.
Is it the third? I'm sorry, people. I'm so sorry.
No, no, don't
Maybe
worry.
maybe the fourth start when she's back and then she's like morning. No, she like she's sad because of her daughter. But
Yeah, but anyway, this third episode for me was really, really good because we see now that everything is falling into place because Moraine was attacked. She knew that somebody's coming because
mhm.
she was visited by this guy that sends her or told her that something is coming, and she said like, "Okay, when did you saw this? I saw this a couple of days ago. Okay, you need to leave."
Oh, you're talking about the Merchant.
Moraine, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
she knew,
Yeah. But she was more interested in the paper that he was carrying. That it
yeah,
was like an old poem about the old language. Basically, it's like a premonition or
yeah,
no, like something is happening and
a
something is
prophecy
gonna
or
happen. A
something. Yeah.
prophecy. That's the word prophecy.
And what about the people that attacked where Perrin, the village that where Perrin was,
Oh,
I don't know,
yes.
staying in. So I don't remember their names,
I
but
don't know.
I know the 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 one was looking at him. The one that the one that they released,
Oh, the Forsaken.
the
Yeah,
Forsaken
he
one.
was looking at Perrin. He's
Ooh.
the most powerful, so he sends his power basically. But now we can see that the
He
Forsaken
set
is
him free.
actually
He set him
yes.
free. He set him free.
The
That is
Forsaken is awakening the other successors of the Dark One. So that's like kind of a hint of like what it might be coming in the future. Like he's trying to get together all the successors or followers. It will be the word of the Dark One. Uh, what do you think now that the Ren had to get wine to convince the fake?
oh, that part was funny in a way because he like, hey, you brought me wine, and I know all the time that you know trying to get in here. Stop with the
Hmm.
BS and tell me what you want. What you want to
Hmm.
know? How to control it. He said like, you can control it. You control the urge, but you can't control it. And then we see it on the same night that he's telling him that, he's saying at the end with the other girl, he released fire. He burned the whole inn. So
Yep.
he's like in debt with the girl that he's staying in with. Like, look, I'm sorry. I'm gonna build you a new one. So don't worry, I got people. But something that caught my eye is when they were in the
You're talking about
Rand was talking with
oh
Moraine's
yes,
sister. I didn't
yes,
know that that was Moraine's sister until the
the
fourth
later sister.
episode. I was like, what the heck is this? Is this Moraine's
Yes,
little sister? So that means the power of the one help her not to get older.
yes. Like every Asedai doesn't age. They cannot lie and they cannot age. So her sister, by basically complaining that she hasn't visited in 60 years, and obviously Lorraine hasn't aged. But I like the confrontation in this fourth episode because basically she's saying, "Hey, we need to have tea and talk." And Lorraine is like, "Hey, no, I have to find someone." And then
Mhm.
she leaves to try to find Ran, but we know that Ran is not here anymore. Um, and the confrontation is really nice. She said, like, "Hey, you left me behind with nothing. and now I have to take care of everything. So you have your job. I'm not complaining about it, but I have my own job and I have my own duties, and you have to be aware that I don't want you to tarnish everything. My son is gonna marry the queen, and my family, and she said the name, the last name is gonna be the most powerful. Like any nobody can tarnish our name. And I'm like, oh, she's mad.
Yeah, she's. The other point that I can tell you is about Matt. Leandrin was so, let's say, clever in a way that,
Yeah.
hey, you can leave. Because the situation of Nynaeve, like she feel guilty, like okay, you
Mhm.
can leave, but also he helps out the other girl to leave. So it was part of her plan because we see that the girl goes back in to get something to eat, and Leander was talking to her. Did he fell for it? Yeah, he fell for it. Do you think you can make him do whatever he needs to do? Yeah, yeah. So you know that they're in cahoots. So let's see what's
Yep.
going on with those two in the future because we can see that he's still a scoundrel, scared mother freaker. So let's hope what he can do or helps out Egwene with her solitude or whatever she's been through now. So I like that the wolves, the pack is help him
Oh,
escape this.
yes.
So yeah, I think that was the final chapter, right? Of
The
this.
yeah, but in the for the third one, yes. So in the fourth, um,
Yeah,
he
you go
escaped.
ahead.
So he's like in the caravan right there purring, and then the wolf man, the other one that has like the yellow eyes, he helped
Yeah,
him escape, and then like you said, the wolf help him like guide him, and he doesn't. He start complaining about like, hey, we have been walking so long, and I haven't seen the caravan and my friends. It's like, hey, um, we have to get away of this, and I'm following you for months just to get to like to you to talk to you and that you be part of us. And he's like, yeah, you've been following me for months and you haven't stopped me or talked to me. He's like, yeah, we don't trust the Aes Sedai because the Aes Sedai doesn't trust anything that they don't understand. And so that
oh,
means the Wolfman or whatever the name is that I don't remember, they don't like other people don't they don't understand them. And we learn in this episode that they communicate by image. So the visions is like the communication of them, and the wolf
okay.
also communicates with you, like with them, through image.
Yeah, nice.
uh so for Ran, they go to a little cabin in the mountains, and they have this little nest of loft, and they decided like to stay together. And I'm gonna pause because I had to say something else. So Lorraine is in her sister's house, and that confrontation happened basically. But throughout the day, she has been asking where is Ren, if he was in the hospital, to the gate guard, to the hotel, well, to the inn that was burned down. And that's how the sisters say, like, everybody that you have been asking, they are in mind. Like, you remember in the Lord of the Ring? No. And oh
Which
my
one?
God, Game of Thrones, the guy
Okay.
that has no children, basically they tell everybody. I forgot his
Yeah.
name. So basically, everybody in the town works for her. So she knows what is happening in the town. She has the control. And she's like, you have to ask me very nicely, where is Ren? And if I want to, I will tell you.
Holy crap! So she got
Uh,
everything under control.
under control, basically.
All the people,
So
all the guards and the kids, they can
yeah.
snitch. Oh,
Yeah, so the guards and the people work for her, basically.
so
From
she's basically the new, let's say,
So she
shit.
has power. Her son is gonna marry the queen. She has power.
Yeah, she does.
Um. So Awen, is had obviously through the chapters we have been seeing that she's friends with the princess. So they're talking, and then I forgot her name. Oh my God, Nevane. Nevane.
Nynaeve.
Nynaeve, sorry. Nynaeve
Oh,
comes in the room and she said, "Hey, I need to talk, get out," to the princess. And she's like, "Hey, this is my room." And anyway, she gets out and Nynaeve said to Eowyn, "Hey, um, Perrin and someone else is being attacked in this town that is like on the other side of the world, and they have sent spies, and but nobody has sent any reports. And I'm going, so I'm telling you, but I know you cannot leave because then you can be expelled." But Eowyn say, "Hey, I'm not gonna be like that again, and thank you for being so helpful before, but I just wanted to like prove myself that I'm not gonna be a disappointment again, like in the first season." Basically, she's saying.
okay.
And they decided to leave, and then the princess followed her, the two of them, through like the path that she learned from Leandrin to get out of
Mhm.
the tower. And then Leandrin appears and then blew the three other out of them with power to the wall, and they knock out.
Okay. They got knocked out.
Yes. So this is I'm leaving the biggest thing so you don't fall apart.
Okay.
The Forsaken, he awakens somebody, and she's like full of blood, and he's laying like blood to blood, and it was blood, and blood it was, and
I saw
like some,
something. And it was
yes,
a girl, right? It
and
was a
it was a
woman.
girl. So
Yeah. Okay,
okay,
I saw that.
and they don't show that, and then continue the rest of the episode. But at the end, so I'm gonna jump to Rand, that he is in this love cabin, and they are like outside sleeping and cuddling, but then he wakes up because he feels something, and it was one of the shadow thing, the Voldemort things, and he's trying to fight him, but he basically doesn't know how to fight with swords. For me, like it's not like Lan. Lan is like the Lord of Swords here, but then he used the Force, or like the one power, and
Yes. Nice. I like it.
it's kind of the Force anyway. So the girl, she's like tried to like push him away because he didn't tell her that he channels. But then she's like, "Oh my god, but don't worry, I will accept you however you want, like the complete
Yeah.
you."
Long
And
as
then,
you fulfill your duties.
but basically yes, because they go to bed, and
Fulfill your
she
duties
she
to me.
basically
Me.
strapped him to the bed, and she was trying to be like on top of him, and then he's like, "Yeah, but a monster too." And then you don't see the yellow rings, but they're like transparent, and she's
She?
like, "Yes, she." And then he's like, "Hey,
Oh,
but what
wait
do
a
you
minute. I
mean?
gotta
What
see
do you
this.
mean? What do you mean like you are a monster?" And look, someone appears to the like is in the back and passed like a sword through her heart, and then cut his throat, and it was Moraine. And she's like, "Hey, we have to run. We have to leave." And he's like, "You kill her," and use the like the one power. And she's like, "Hey, this is, oh my god, I forgot her name." That so she is the one that the Forsaken awake. Oh, the daughter of Nightmare, the daughter of
Oh,
Night.
dude.
And
She's
then
the
he
one? And
she's
she's
the one.
oh.
And he's like, "But
So
you kill her."
if she gets pregnant with him, she's basically giving birth to oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say something.
You're going too ahead.
I'm way too out. Okay, go ahead.
So basically, she say, "Hey, I cannot lie. I'm an Asadai. I'm telling you the truth. She's the daughter of Night, and she's bad, and we have to leave because I couldn't kill her." And
Oh
they
yeah,
leave,
she's bad.
and that's
Real
how it
bad.
ends.
Dang. Well, I gotta see that. All right.
Yep. Like that thing, that simple detail, like she's the daughter of the Night, or the Night of the daughter, or something like that. It blew out my mind. I didn't expect that.
I imagine. Me neither. So all right. I'll check. I'll check that. All right. Anything else you want my add before we leave?
I just want to know what is gonna happen now, because
Oh hell
I
yes.
I skipped something. So Lorraine goes visit the hospital, and he talks to the fake, and she offered the dagger that Matt had before if
Mhm.
he actually show him how to use the power.
What, Moraine?
Yes.
Moraine wants to become. Wait a minute. What, Moraine?
No, to Rand. So the fake show
Rand.
Rand
You mean
how to
Rand?
control the powers and channel, and
Okay.
she will give the dagger.
Okay. I thought you would say Moraine. I went, wait a
No,
minute.
no.
Okay. All right, people. So I'm sorry if we did this real fast or in a fast pace. You might need to understand it, but hey, it was good. Thanks a lot, Yari, for helping me out. So hope you liked it. So anything else, just feel free to comment or press the like button. It will help us a lot. So anything else with Yari?
Yeah,
Good?
we haven't read the books. It's like 15 books. So anything that
No.
you want to add, anything you want to read, just comments below. We don't mind at all. That's how we
Yeah.
learn. And
Hell
so
yeah.
people give a thumbs up and follow us.
All right, people. So, like we always say, peace.
Peace.